but I ain't giving you all that satisfaction. I refuse it, I refuse it, and I don't want to, and I don't want to be the reason you leave. You leave. I don't want to be the reason you walk out my door. I don't want to be the reason. The lighting in here is trashy. But I have Ollie Weed with me to show you cat update. Ugh. So basically, it got so bad that we decided to take him to the vet, and we found out that he has psychogenic alopecia, which basically means that he's chewing his fur off because of stress, not because he's itchy. And first, he took medicine, and it wasn't working. Then, we got him an outfit. It's a little blue onesie that we put on him every time we see that he is eating his fur off. And his fur is growing back. Oh. You're okay, Ollie. Okay, you can leave. Okay. Ugh. I never ended up filming a video of me making any presents, but I made a list of what I'm going to make, and I'm going to read it out to y'all. I've texted my family members and told them, and my friends, not to watch my channel during the holidays for the reason that I may or may not end up posting videos, Oliver, of me making their presents, and I don't want them to see before they get it. So, the projects I've already started. Oh. Is it filming? Then why is it turning off? I love this outfit, but it keeps coming untucked, and it bunches up at the top. So there's a reason that I prefer 2 pieces over 1 pieces. It's because you can mix and match, and then you have more outfits with less clothes. The projects I've already started is my Nana. I painted a puzzle, and I've started my grandma's present. Working on the project. I ended up working on the project in school to get it done. Because there's certain points during class where I'm not doing anything. And I know that from experience. So out of the projects I haven't started yet, I'm going to make a wood burning something for my Mimi, which is my other grandma, and for my grandpa, who is the husband of my grandma that I made the wheelchair for. I'm going to right now make him a coffee flower, but that will only happen if I can find my tape. I had 2 things of tape. I had one thing that's in my book bag, and the other thing is in here somewhere. And then for my Aunt Haha, I'm going to make her a tape person that is holding a weight. My sister said I should make that because she's a strong person. Where's my garbage can? There's still coffee grounds in this. That's okay. And for my Aunt Haha's child, aka my cousin, I'm going to paint him or make a statue of a soul, which in my eyes is just a sphere. And there's going to be a crown on it because his nickname is King James, because I actually don't know why. For my cousin's girlfriend, I was going to make a 3D painting, which basically means I make a 3D piece and then I glue it onto a canvas and paint it. And for Pappy, who is Mimi's husband, I'm going to make him an art piece. And because he's an optometrist, not the kind that examines the eyes, but the kind who works with the lenses, I was going to make him a round picture frame and paint it like an iris, which is the colored part of the eye. I have cats. Why not? Yeah, I was practicing writing I love my sister / I love you, my sister, in Korean on the back here, in case y'all were wondering. For my mom, I'm going to, because last year, I made her a tape cat of Ivy, which is the chunky gray cat. I love her. She's light as a feather. Even though she looks humongous, it's mostly fur. Who's yelling? I think they're yelling playfully. I can't tell. So this year, I'm going to make her Ollie Weed, which is the dude I just showed you. And then for my friends, the first one's a bit weird because she's a weird girl. The only thing that I know she likes for a fact is anime girls, or just anime people with big boobs in general. So, you know what that means. For my friend, my other friend, so I'm gonna hand sew an outfit, but because the outfit is not gonna be done by the time Christmas comes, the Christmas gift that I'm gonna give is gonna be like a placeholder, and it's gonna be a bra. Yeah. My friend is biologically male, and I'm giving them a bra for Christmas. I'm gonna paint, definitely. Paint a lock and safety pin thingy for her, and then I was gonna make her a flower decoration. Last two people on my list, I'm gonna make some sort of weapon out of wood. It's gonna be not actually a weapon, it's just gonna be shaped like a weapon. Like, I'm thinking, like, sword, because they're into, like, I don't know, medieval swords and stuff. What the heck is today's, oh. It's 12/10, y'all. 1 year anniversary, woo! Who's bonking my door? I went to the dermatologist today, and I got, a 1.5 moles removed. By that I mean I accidentally and half purposefully removed a mole by myself. One on my collarbone. Like a couple months back. And it started growing back, so he chopped the rest of that off. I wonder what Bro's reaction is going to be to a bra. Bro's probably going to actually be ecstatic. So, because I'm allergic to Band-Aids, I have to have this very large piece of gauze over my collarbone. I'm only allergic to Band-Aids in certain areas of my body, such as my inner elbows, behind my knees, forearm, collarbone. So when it comes to wearing Band-Aids in places I haven't worn Band-Aids before, I have to test out and see how it occurs. My tape keeps busting. And also, when I took Christmas pictures this year, I had to draw my mole back on with makeup because the scar, it's like it started growing back a little bit, so there was like a brownish red line across the top of the scar, and it just looked goofy. So I was just like, why don't I got some dark brown eyeshadow, why don't I just draw it back on? Yeah. What time is it? It's December. Oops, I said what time is it? Proceeds to read the date. It's 9:28. I've got some time. Ow. Why did I say ow? Nothing hurt me. I think something happened to my mom's computer, and my dad's trying to explain to her what happened. She has no clue what he's talking about. I don't know what is long enough and not long enough. No, it's short. My collarbone is bugging. It's really weird that I had a mole on my collarbone to begin with. From the first time I picked it off, and now it feels the same. It feels like I got punched in the collarbone. Is that you have to keep it moist, so constantly putting Vaseline on it, like, I don't know, every 6 or so hours to prevent it from scabbing, because when things scab, they're more likely to scar. So that's a hack if you get injured. Wish I knew that before I got on my carpentry injuries, and they scarred. I got stabbed by 2 nails, and now there's just a scab, not a scab. This is my ring finger, by the way. Where is it? You can kind of see it. There's 2 dots. There's a big one that I can see very clearly in the camera, and then there's a small dot that I can't really see on the camera. But yeah, they scabbed. Why is this chair so squeaky? It's not squeaky, it's creaky. There's a difference between a squeak and a creak. A squeak is like a high-pitched creak, you know? It's not very high-pitched. It's a creak. Do 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 do. Well, I can start drawing plans.
What craft are you working on?
I made a flower for Grandpa. Should I make him a bouquet of 3? I think 1 is better, and he can hang it on the wall. Let's open my launch pad. Do 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 do. What is Pages? Is that like Google Docs but for Apple? It looks like it. Can somebody please let Ivy out? My bedroom. Creaky chair. I love my creaky chair. It's comfy. I have to remember to drink water. I'm like constantly not drinking water to the point that I am surprised I'm not dead. I need water easily accessible to me or I don't drink it. So I put it in a bottle. It was a soda bottle, but I rinsed it out. Now it's my water bottle. I made my grandma, well, I started making my grandma a present. I'm missing a couple pieces. I don't know where they went. Oh, there they are. So this is the seat. Because my grandma has one of those electric wheelchairs. And I made little wheels. And I'm going to make it actually able to roll. It's going to be so cool. And then I made a little person to sit on the chair. It's my grandma on her chair. She has MS, so she is paralyzed most of the way. She's been paralyzed the entire time I knew her. I'm setting a timer so I don't forget to turn off my game and go to bed, because I did that last night. It was 2 a.m. by the time I was finished. I'm falling. Gosh. I hope it's that the heat turns on soon. So then my one foot that I'm not sitting on just like gets warm. Hey. Fragile. Must be friendly. I simply can't deal. And it makes no sense to me. I'm in a singing mood today. But I know if I start singing, no matter what I sing, I'm gonna end up singing one of my own songs that I haven't released yet. And then we'd have a problem. I don't really want to collab with anybody when I'm not popular, like while I'm not popular, because then I don't want to gain popularity because I worked with a group that is big. I want to gain my own popularity first and then work with somebody. Also, I need to practice singing because my voice is like good, but it's not the best it could be. Thank you. Okay. I don't care what this chair is called. It is now known as the fuzzy creaky chair. This side's too short. Give it out. I don't know. Bye bye. That was my timer, but I don't give a care. Currently 1 a.m. Who opened my door?